Shalom, Call Halagi, how about Shemel, Shabbat, Shemakak, Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the old full elect tabernacle of David. I'm the elder Yeshua. Back with a quick lesson. Let's type this in. Haul your carcass. C-A-R-C-A-S-S, yeah? What does that mean? Haul your carcass, meaning haul your carcass is a rude or joking slang phrase meaning get up and move your body. Okay? To haul, to pull or drag something heavy with effort. Carcass, the dead body of an animal, that's you. Using it for a living person is a joke to say the body is heavy, right? Lazy or worn out like a dead animal. Okay, so this lesson is going to be called Haul Your Carcass, right? What else? It's a lot. It must, needs, be, B-O-R-N-E. What does that mean? They must needs be born. It must be needs be born. What does it mean? What it means is they have to be carried. Okay, because they are not alive and cannot walk or move on their own. Now, what does this mean in the spirit? Okay, what am I describing in the spirit? What did I say first? I said, haul your carcass, right? Why? It must needs be born. Okay, now, let's get this real quick. Salakia, bear with me while I set this up. Okay, 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. If you say this from the spiritual aspect, but the natural man, this is 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Right? Now say this from the spiritual aspect. Neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. You have to say this from the spiritual aspect. What am I trying to say? Haul your carcass. Why? Get up and move your body. Saying this from the spirit. You have to tell your body what right now. Okay? What must your body do? Here's what your body has to do right now. Matthew 24 and 13, yeah? But he whose body shall endure until the end. See? Now, that could be your spirit making it until your body expires and you made it. But guess what your body has to do to get on that chariot? In order to get on that chariot, your body has to go all the way up to the chariot and then you can discard that body. But that body, right, you have to do what with it? You have to haul that carcass. That's your body. Get up and move your butt. To get up, haul your carcass. Who is haul? Who's doing the hauling? Your spirit. It's telling your body to get the hell up and get over the finish line. Okay, that's what this is. This is the finish line. Matthew 24:13. Bear with me. But he that shall endure until the finish line, see, the same shall be saved. So That's one finish line. What is the actual finish line? Standing before the chariot that's about to beam you up. And then you don't need that body no more on your way up because you're being changed to your spiritual body that meets your spirit, the one that's telling your body to get the hell up. Hauling your carcass. Haul your carcass. Get your ass, get your body up, right? And do what? Why? Because it has to be carried. Who's doing the carrying? Your spirit. Okay? Your body, your physical body, who's doing the carrying? Your spirit is. Your spirit is the navigator for your, what do they call that? That movie. Where you jump in the body, you jump in the thing, and can't even remember the fucking name of the. Anyway, Avatar. Okay? Your body is your avatar for your spirit. And that's what's going on. What am I saying right now? If you're not walking in the spirit right now, you ain't going to make it. You're going to make carnal decisions. So it's your spirit that is doing what? Hauling your carcass. And what does this all go into? Let's go here real quick. Philippians 2 and 12. Philippians 2. What are you doing? What is all of this about? This is a mantra. Okay, Salakia. Bear with me real quick. Having a little spiritual fight here. Phil 2. Give me that. And 12. Wherefore? Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence, but now much more in my absence. And here's the point. Work out your own salvation. Who's doing it? With fear and trembling. That's your spirit telling your body, get over the finish line. We haven't endured until the end yet. What does that work out your own salvation? You're responsible for doing these things. For doing what? Hauling your carcass. Get your ass up. Do what needs to be done. Get up and move your body. Right? Why? Because you have to do that. They cannot walk or move on their own. No, who has to do that? Your spirit, which you should be walking in right now, right? Calling on the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because if you do go down while you're doing that on this battlefield, you're good anyway, right? But some of you shall live. You're not going to shall not taste death, right? Shall not taste of death till it's all the same. You understand what's being said here? What do you mean, shall not? Let's talk about in this generation, right? These are they that hauled that carcass over the finish line. You understand? There are going to be some that got beheaded. They hauled their carcass right up to the fucking guillotine, which was their finish line, but they tasted of death. These are they that didn't taste of death, right? Get it? What did they do? This is what they did. They carried their carnal body. Why? Because they were in the spirit. Knowing that, well, I got to get this carcass. And all of this goes to what? Philippians 2 and 12. Let's get that again. And I can end it. See, I was supposed to be while I was supposed to be doing this. Let me see. Philippians 2 and 2. I don't know if I can do it at the same time. I'm supposed to be playing this. Because this is where it leads to. Some of us, before we get on that chariot, are going to be here. Right? Which is going to make it real easy to haul your carcass in that day. Why? Because thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. So these things are coming. It's going to make it easier to do what? This. Pick yourself up. This is going to make it easier. And even, shout out to this brother right here, Manatazak. The elder Manatazak. I believe he's the elder over there. I've met this brother. Good brother. He makes some really inspirational, information and lessons that can be meditated upon. This is meditating terror. Let me meditate a little terror. Call hello, y'all, watch your shot for put the spirit on this brother for motivation. Look at that. Okay. And this is where we're going. But, I mean, and I'm going to be honest. Of course, we all want this, but dang, to give that to yourself, boy, what must you be doing right now? You know? So, if you got to start at the bottom, what are we doing? Pick yourself up. Why? Because it's on you. Let's get that real quick again. I didn't get it. Here we are. If you don't make it, it's on you. Don't bitch up now. We're too close. And this starts with me. This is motivation for me first. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? It's on you. Pick your ass up. Buy your own bootstrap. And, there's the brotherhood and everybody is in place. But ultimately, it comes down to you. Okay? And once you have strengthened yourself, then help your brethren, right? Strengthen your brethren. Once you have repented and got yourself straight, and you're here, what are you going to do with Salaki when you're here? You're going to strengthen your brethren. This is coming. We're real close. All right? We're real close to this. And this is part of what's happened. So not only do you have to believe this, you have to make this happen now in your spirit. You got to make this happen in your spirit. You have to know that, okay, and here's a message, okay. I can't stop seeing 555, which means spiritual power. And it keeps, it keeps appearing, and I'm like, okay, I'm making it happen. I'm looking for it and all of that. I'm not looking for it. I'm looking away, and it's presenting itself to me. And if you're resisting the spirit right now, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, there's a language. There's a spiritual language. Okay, that is that voice behind you saying, this is the way. All right? There's a spiritual language going on right now. And you should be hearing it and adhering to it. Okay? You got to receive it and understand. Okay? Some people are going to be moving in the spirit right now. Is that you? Are you moving in the spirit right now? In order to obtain this, you got to be moving in the spirit. You got to believe that this is, right? Why are they so afraid of you? Why are they coming straight after you? Because of this. This is what they're afraid of. You better get it right in your head. And I'm talking to me first and foremost. You got to be walking in the Spirit right now. You have to convert yourself. 1 Corinthians 2 and 11, Salakia, 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, which you should be walking in right now. Okay? If you know the Spirit is dealing with you, now is the time to perfect, right, the faith, the everything that encompasses walking in the Spirit, because now it's time to do that. Now it's time to manifest this. Faith, belief, okay? The manifestation of spiritual power. You know it's with you. Spirit is dealing. And these things are about to happen. It's about to happen through you. Lord willing, you are those men. Period. It's about to happen to somebody, and they know it. That's why they're in place. They have everything in place for what? For this to happen. They're ready. What are they ready? They're ready for this to happen. So all these niggas figured it out. Okay? It's not foolishness to us. You understand? That's the only way. See, here's what the scriptures say. We win. How? Well, we're suddenly going to get power, as has happened before, because things that were written aforetime are written for our learning. Anyway, did I get through this? 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. We know. We don't think we know. We don't believe we know. You understand? We know what the Spirit is saying. We know. Here's what I know. I ask for an angel to go with me on a walk. Okay? Here's what you have to know if you're walking in the Spirit right now. When you see them ducks low flying in a formation, there's your chariot. It's not one angel. There's a contingent. That's what you ask for. Oh, some niggas got to see shit. Right? And you pray, okay, I'm on my way out of the door. All right? Lord, you break into a prayer like you've been instructed to do. Let me pray for some safety and a contingent. I don't need a contingent of it. I just need one angel. Right? And then you move, and then you're listening to a video, and then a small flock of geese moving in formation, rolling low, goes right in front of you. If you're in the Spirit, you're supposed to understand there's your contingent. You're not going to get what you ask for. When you pray, right? I want to see a chariot. Okay. As birds flying. You're in the Spirit, you're supposed to know. Well, there's your chariot. No, a nigga wants a green alien to come out and say hi. That's not how it works. It's not the Spirit. It says, as birds flying. There's your chariot. Okay? When you ask for faith, a knock on the door and a woman with a bow on her head doesn't appear. It comes with some sort of ass whooping. So when you ask to see Lord, will you please send an angel to watch over me on my walk? And then a flock of geese go by flying low. If you're walking in the Spirit, you understand that, well, there's my contention. He sent more than one angel. They that be with me are more than, right? And then they fly by a couple of times, right? That happened today. The other day, I'm walking, and then here I come up on the school, right? School's got a big-ass playground, play yard, or whatever area, and it's all fenced in. And what's there? As many fucking geese landed, and you're getting a very, very close-up of the chariots of Israel. There they are, sitting right there. You're walking, Them geese are sitting there, what are they doing? Baffling, whatever. Ducks or whatever. Okay? That's your contingent. That's they that be with thee are made, they that be with thee are more than that be with them. Going back to Salakia. Going back to, for they are foolishness unto him. No, we know what we see. These things are spiritually discerned. You understand? You have to know that what you asked for, right, ain't gonna come in no silver bow. It's gonna come in the spirit. So I'm gonna end on this. Okay. What is this? It's 5. Zechariah 5. So will the Lord of hosts. And here's what happened today. Again, okay, when you see a hummingbird, right? That's this. See, a regular bird, he don't hover. What bird hovers? A hummingbird can hover. A helicopter can, like birds hovering, birds don't hover. You understand? Birds fly. There's a difference between flying and hovering. As birds flying, this word means hovering. Okay? In the beginning, Elohim, right, created the heavens and the earth, and the waters moved. What was it? And the moved over the water. What was it? And the something moved over the deep. That word moved is this word, hovered. There's a difference between flying and hovering. This word flying goes back to hovering. Okay? What bird hovers? Oh, a hummingbird, definitely. This hummingbird, I went to the backyard, right? Doing whatever I'm doing, peeing, whatever, after my walk and stuff. And I see some hummingbirds, and they're flying in formation, which is when you see one hummingbird, that's one thing. When you see 2 hummingbirds or more, and they're flying together in formation, that's different. Okay, this is what I saw. And they both went. It was like 2 of them flying together, like 2 drones. It was crazy. And then they went and sat on the telephone pole and they watched me. And then they broke up and started doing these different maneuvers, like hummingbirds, right? And the hummingbird moves just like a chariot, okay? And that's what this is. That's what this is explaining, okay? All right. This also means, like birds flying, it means in formation. Okay, this also means flying in formation. Okay, if you understand formation, a wedge, modified wedge, and so on, if you're a grunt, you'll understand. But see, what are we talking about? We're talking about armies. How do armies move? They move in formation. Okay. But in this case, birds, or how do airplanes, they fly in formation like birds? Okay. But in this case, they're hovering. And this is what I saw today. I saw birds flying in formation. They were hovering. Right? That was just a clue. And then what happened, here's what I'm trying to get to. At one point, one of them hummingbird came all the way and got right up in my face. And it happened in a matter of seconds. Came, got right in my face, hovered in my face, and then took off. I'm like, God dang. Yeah, those are signs. Those are spiritual signs. Okay? Go back. I'm trying to get out. So you got to know what you're seeing. If you're in the spirit, you got to know what you're looking at. Right? Because it's the spirit on out. How do you get out of here? Through the spirit. You're not getting out carnally. Through your mind's eye. Okay? That's how you see. You see in the spirit. Okay, anyway, 1 Corinthians 2:14. One more time. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, which you should be walking in now. Okay? Pilgrimage is at hand. All right? Spiritual power is at hand. Miracles are at hand. Things are about to change in a way people aren't ready for, but you should be. You should be prepared, right, to see shit and not be affected by it. Why? Because your spirit is prepared for that. To the point where you're doing the manipulation of time, space, and things of that nature. You have to propel yourself. Now's not the time to be sinking while trying to walk on water. Now's the time to have your confidence at full capacity. And if it ain't, boy, you better get it there now. Knowing these things are about to happen. Knowing of whom you learn these things, right? And what that leads to. Check this out. It's showdown time. As far as who's got real power and who don't. Remember Pharaoh and Janus and Jambres? This is the Janus and Jambres moment, right? And if you don't understand right now that the elder apostle Tahar is working in the capacity of Moses, okay, somebody's got to be, somebody on the earth right now, got to be working in the capacity of Moses. If this is Egypt and Donald J. Trump represents Pharaoh, who represents Moses? Somebody's got to have the truth. Somebody's got to be Aaron. You know who Aaron might be? The elder apostle Gabar. He moves in the spirit, right? Aaron's a pretty humble dude. He did some things, wrong. But who was right under Moses? Was not Aaron a Levite? Not that, I think, what's his name is a Benjamite, not the point, but a man of the book is what I'm getting at as far as Levites. The Levites were men of the book. Well, the elder apostle Tahar, clearly a man of the book. Benjamite, Levite, doesn't matter. He's clearly a man of the book, a humble man. Right? Was Moses, was Aaron the leader of anything? No. He had Moses' back. Right? Except for Miriam. That was Miriam, nigga. Who got turned away? Anyway. It was on both of them, yeah. Right. Anyway, so walk in the spirit right now. You should be walking in the spirit right now. Okay? You have to carry yourself over that finish line. Okay? You must. You're responsible for it. Right? Philippians 2:12. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? That means carry yourself over the finish line. haul your carcass. Get up and move your body. All right, anyway. We're getting close. Condition your mind. Okay? Get your mind ready. Get your mind right. Somebody's got to do this. Don't they have their super soldiers all ready to go? Well, where's this coming from? This ain't coming from dudes marching around the Civic Center. That's a setup, right? Whatever's about to happen, this false flag, they're going to blame it right on who? They're going to blame it on Nate. You're going to have somebody in purple doing something, and then that's going to blanket all Israelites as bad. They're going to use Nate and them to do that, right? And they're going to do it soon, right? They're going to connect that directly to whatever thing that they have to, they got to do something now to galvanize the American people against Iran. So whatever they're going to do, they're going to blame it on a so-called Israelite. Who's the highest visible so-called Israelites out there? As Nate and them. So get ready for them to get blamed first. And after they've started that, right, got everybody's attention. How do they get everybody's attention? Whatever they're about to do, they make it about us. When I say us, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about Nate and them. That'll get everybody. Whatever happens next, if they make it about the purple and gold, that gets everybody's attention on them. Makes them the bad guy instantly. And then they can put a sharper focus on, well, there, this is the da-da-da-da. That's how they come against it. And they have to set that up. Anyway, since this is over, I'm going to go ahead and got to get one more. Walketh about, seeing whom he may devour, as a roaring lion. Whom he, Slovakia. This thing just loves. It's the way they got him programmed. I want you to fight this motherfucker up. Whom he may devour. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Before we get 1 Peter, let's get Ezekiel 3:17. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Come on now. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Here's your warning. Warning, Will Robinson. Warning, warning, warning. What's the warning? Be alert. 1 Peter 5 and 8 in NIV. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. 1 Peter 5 and 8 in the King James. Be sober, be vigilant. Set up a vigil. Because your adversary, your satanic, deceptive enemy, as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. What does this mean? This nigga lost it. The gloves are completely off, and he just don't give a fuck. He's coming at you, right? And don't give a shit. Who knows it? Yeah, we're going to genocide these niggas right now. We're going to do that. We're going to handle this shit. Okay? And watch out right now, because they're circling the wagon. Esau's circling the wagons. They're saying, well, there's no more such thing as Jew, and we're all white. We're just white. This is what they're doing. And that's partially what, don't get it twisted now, because these Edomites here in America, they want the IDF to come over and start pulling niggas out and killing them. They want that. Why? Because they're all Edomites. Okay? All right? They're circling the wagons. You best believe it. Okay? This guy, Nick Fuente. Oh, I'm Jewish. Balzerian. I'm Jewish. Now everybody's suddenly Jewish. No, you're all white. Right? So Esau's circling the wagon. So, hey, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. With that, we pray that the elect are edified, you brothers and few sisters. Shalom.